Alright, I'd like to make an update on some of my healthy eating goals. So as you guys know, this past year, I made a resolution to normalize my relationship with food because of several incidents where I've caused trouble. And I made the resolution before we had COVID-19, and COVID-19 has strengthened that resolve and allowed me to focus with a laser sharp beam at it, because I don't have to deal with external matters that tend to interfere with how I think about food. Okay, so I have 3 goals for the rest of the year. Number 1, obviously, is how do I mix social life into the goal of healthy eating, right? I've been getting away with not having to think about that for most of 2020, but that's starting to come back to our lives, right? Which gets me to number 2, which is I really hate wasting food. That's been a big barrier for me. In 2020, that wasn't that bad of an issue, but eventually I'm going to have to meet people who are going to prepare food for me, or I'm going to go out to the restaurant more. Restaurants are tricky, actually, in this regard. The problem is that I have a tendency to frequent restaurants because I have dietary restrictions. It helps to have somebody know how they can prepare food for me, and then I frequent that place, right? The problem is, once I frequent the place, people like to be nice to me, and sometimes that means extra large portions, right? Another big problem is some of the fast food restaurants that I love. Five Guys, because they make their fries out of pure peanut oil, without all the garbage and without MSG and all that. The problem is that at Five Guys, especially when I travel, their portion sizes are very inconsistent from one place to another, and I never know if I should order 1 or 2 of the fries. I hate to order one and then realize I have to order another one, because I know the place has to pay a credit card fee every time they transact. And plus, it just feels kind of awkward as well. But then I order 2 and they give me so much more than I had expected. And that's a big problem of mine. I hate wasting food. One time I was in, where was this? Wallace, Idaho, I think. And I ordered 2 large fries, and they gave me what I thought was 5. I'd never been to that place before. It wasn't because I frequented it or something like that. And so I ended up wandering around the streets of Wallace trying to give the rest of the fries to like a homeless guy. And this is in the middle of COVID-19. People get nervous about taking food from others in the first place, right? Especially some of the homeless people in big cities. They think you're trying to poison right. There's a lot of anti-homeless sentiment, maybe not so much in the countryside, but in the city for sure. So people get nervous about taking it, and then you throw COVID-19 into the mix. I was able to offload the fries, but who knows? He might have wasted a bunch of that too, because it was a very large portion. And so that's a big problem. Eventually, I do want to go see my family in Taiwan. Eventually, I do want to meet some of my old classmates, but that's a big problem. So what else is going on? One big problem I sometimes run into is that because I'm intermittent fasting so much nowadays, whether it be to celebrate events. I hope to fast this Halloween. I talked about in other videos how Halloween can be a big challenge for me because I keep wanting to relive this one memory. And I sometimes, because I look at my calendar and realize I have several fasts coming up, I sometimes eat a big meal in preparation for it, and it never really helps. I don't know why I keep doing it, and it just makes me suffer when I eat the big meal, and plus it has other negative health effects, right? I need to stop doing that. So because we just started a new quarter of the year, the last quarter of the year, I think this quarter is going to be marked by 3 challenges, right? Adding social life into intermittent fasting, right? How to deal with accepting that Sometimes we have to let go of food, right? And how to accept fasting without having to have that last supper, if you will, right? It never helps. I just need to realize it never helps, right? Anyways, once I put these final touches, I think 2020 will be complete with my resolution to normalize my relationship with food. Thanks for watching.